Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another Manchester United Liverpool show. The ManDemUtd podcast meets the Analysis at Anfield podcast, brought to you by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note, aka Man of the People, aka the People's Prophet. And I'm here joined by the Liverpool representative, man like Saint is in the building. What are you telling me first and foremost, Saint? You good?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. I'm here. I'm chilling. I'm relaxed. I'm blessed up,
What's that?
man. I'm nice. What you saying? What you
I'm
telling
good,
me?
man. I always look forward to the show, man. This show bangs, I'm not
Yeah?
gonna lie.
Say nothing.
All the
It's nice. It's nice to sit back and chop it up with a real one. Yeah.
Yeah, facts. That's why I always look forward to it. Obviously, two giant clubs as well in Manchester United and Liverpool. So everyone in the chat, please keep all your questions and comments Manchester United or Liverpool related. I'm sure with Manchester United, the news that has come out, rumors running rife that we're getting taken over by Qatari owners. Liverpool as well, a lot going on with them. Klopp in, Klopp out, turns again. They just lost to, who did you not just play? Wolves. They just lost to Wolves as well. Manchester United obviously beating Crystal Palace. So as always with Manchester United and Liverpool, good or bad, there's always a lot going on and a lot to discuss. But make sure you hit the like button, people. We're already at 13 likes, so big up to you lot. Let's bump that up, like check. Let's get to 20 likes expeditiously. And also subscribe to the channel if you are new, Sarcasm City TV. And make sure when you subscribe, hit the notification bell as well. And subscribe to Saint's channel. Link is already in the title. Big up to Taza, who's gassed already, because we was legit having this conversation earlier on ManDemUtd, who says, big up Flawless, what did I tell you? Taza Sources on look. He says, Eric Ten Habibi, Manchester United. Now we got to change our name to Mashallah United. Bear in mind, there's been no official bid yet, people. Just putting that out there. I don't even know what sources. I don't even know if they're concrete. I just know a tweet went out and our fan base is running crazy. That's all I know about. Big up, Honesty says, big up Common, aka Saint LFC. Yeah, I called you Common. That's actually cold
Yo,
still.
they're on me.
That's
You
actually
know,
cold.
they're on me. Yeah.
That's a compliment. It could be worse, fam. It could be
It
worse.
could be a lot worse. That's why I
be
take
worse.
it. I take it. I'm like, you know, it could be a lot worse, G.
It could be worse. Taza Gast as always says, Qatar, can you do something for me? Smash up the likes, big up. Alam every single time. SR16 says Mbappe at Old Trafford. You lot, you lot are wilding already.
Man.
You lot are wilding.
Man, I've got to let you live though, man. I've got to let you live.
You lot are wilding. Big up to Eddie as well in the cut as well. Big up Dennis Abdi's Gast as well. Says Qatar, Mbappe, now De Jong, now R9. All right, okay. Chris said, I thought Ryan said Qatar was buying Liverpool. Because like I always say, everybody guessing. It's hella speculation, even with this. But you lot continue to get your questions in. I'm sure there'll be many questions on the Qatari owners potentially taking over, well, Qataris potentially taking over Manchester United. But we'll start with you, Saint. You know what I'm saying? And not so much, not the name there, the headline. Klopp out. What are you saying there? How come you wrote Klopp out? Like, let's go there.
Bro, like, I don't know. I thought it was pretty evident, G. Like, I thought it was pretty evident. I don't know. I didn't really need to listen on our model right now. I'm glad that you man are living and you're having this, you know, time where it's, you know, Mashallah United and that. We had that and then it simmered down. Like you said, no bids have actually gone in. But until anything like that happens to us, officially, we have to just assume that we're still in this model, G. And in this model, with these owners, I don't think it's working, my guy. It's not really working, bro. Like it's that's evident.
Yeah,
I got some
that
stats.
is evident.
I got some stats for you actually.
Hey, hit me, fam. Hit me with the stats.
There's 12, but I'm gonna pick the top 5. Yeah. So Liverpool have lost 3 consecutive Premier League away matches for the first time in over a decade. The last time was in March 2012 when they lost 6 times in 7 matches under Dalglish. And that was a rebuild. Saturday's 3-0 defeat to Wolves. Saturday's 3-0 defeat to Wolves saw them concede twice in the opening 12 minutes. It's the earliest that they've gone 2 goals behind in a league match since 2014. They've also conceded the most goals of any Premier League side in the first 5 minutes of matches this season. The top. This is a boy off. This one is disrespectful. The the club's top scorer since the World Cup break is Leicester centre half Walt Phillips, who scored 2 own goals in Liverpool's 2-1 win in December. No Liverpool player has scored more than 1 Premier League goal in the 6 matches since the season resumed. Klopp's Reds have taken 1 point from 12 available this calendar year so far. They have the worst defensive record in the league, 9 goals conceded, and worst goal difference, -8 of 2023 so far.
Jesus Christ.
Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is their only Premier League goal scorer since New Year's Day.
Wow.
Hold on.
Wow.
This is Liverpool's worst points tally at this stage of a season since 2010-11, when Roy Hodgson was in charge. Hodgson's Liverpool had picked up 25 points from 20 games when he left his post, just 4 fewer than Liverpool have mustered in 2022-2023 so far. Let me read that again.
Wow.
So this is Liverpool's worst points tally at this stage of a season since 2010-2011, when Roy Hodgson was in charge, and Hodgson's Liverpool had picked up 25 points from 20 games when he left his post, just 4 fewer than Liverpool have mustered in 2022-23 so far.
Yeah, them stats and facts are quite damning.
The last one.
Yeah, go on.
Only 4 players in Europe's top 5 leagues are underperforming their non-penalty expected goals more than Darwin Núñez. He has registered. Oh my top, bro! Don't ask me why. Like, oh my god, why? It's not working, bro. He needs to get out of it. Like, and when I say that, I'm not saying it like you shit. Like, listen, I appreciate what you've done, but change needs to happen. You're asking something of a man that you've never seen him rebuild. You've never seen that. There's a reason why it goes to shit after 7 years, and this is unfortunately what's happened. And we just need a next thing. But yeah, man, them stats, bro.
They are damning. They are damning. They are extremely damning. However, you did say it is 7 years, but because what Klopp's done previously, even though we haven't seen evidence of him going beyond 7 years, does he not at least deserve the summer to try and put this right?
Well,
because of previous success that he's had, does that not give him credit in the bank?
Again, I started this whole thing, by saying, if we don't get taken over, and we have to assume that we're still under FSG, then he has to go. Because you are asking something of a regime that has, in the summer, that we're sensible people. We're normal, sensible people. Brother, I've just spun the zoot. So, like anti-drugs and that, but I'm high. Let me break this down for you, and then tell me who's really high. Like, brother, in the summer, when we needed, anyone could tell that we needed a midfield. It was the biggest thing we needed a midfield a few seasons ago. Yeah. So in this summer, it was like, yo, they went and got Arthur Melo on the last day. Calm. January rolls up. You're going to get someone in it. Like the Arthur Melo you got, anyone could have told you wasn't going to work out, hasn't worked out. You're going to get someone, you're going to sort it out. They went and got Gakpo. Yeah, they did
go sign Gakpo. Snatching from us. Yeah.
So in the summer, I've read that we lose 9 players. Yeah.
Wow.
Kelleher, Adrian,
Mm.
Keita, Milner, Ox, Fabinho, Firmino,
Mm.
who are the last two? Matip.
I was going to say one of the centre backs.
Matip and Nat Phillips. Yeah, that's 9 man. Yeah. In the summer, when we needed midfielders, do you know what I mean? We got Arthur Melo on the last day. And in January, we got Gakpo. And in the summer, we lose 9 man. Well, so you're trying to tell me that this regime, that's buy to sell, sell to buy, whatever the Ross is going to...
Yeah. The sell to buy model.
Sell to buy model. And a bag of them, man, that go, a whole heap of them go for free. So it's not like bro, I'm not even going to waste my time going through how many of them go for free, but a whole heap of them.
Is a lot of contracts running out? Is there a lot of
contracts running out, bro? Okay. Do you know what I mean? The Caters, the Oxes, the Firminos, do you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot, bro. So when you're looking at it, the Milners, you're like, where's this money coming from? You're going to have to replenish the squad from what you're losing, which is quite a lot. And anyone can see that regardless from what you're losing, we need a hell of a lot of investment.
That is true. You do need a lot of investment.
Regardless of whatever it goes, we need a hell of a lot of investment. Anyone can see that. And then on top of that, you're losing 9 man. But this regime, which you've never seen, is now going to go, here's 400 bags. We're doing up Chelsea this summer. Here's what? And I'm the one that's high. I don't understand what's going on here. Talk to me now. What's going on? It don't make no sense, bro.
Here's what I'll say. All 9 of the players, all 9 of the players you mentioned, are they all out of contract?
Not all of them, no.
But some of them. So that's where it could be.
About 5 of them.
All right. So it might be like 5.
And,
I don't know.
And the ones that aren't out of contract, are your Matips and your Fabinhos and but you're not getting big P for these, man. But what do you mean? Are you getting squad building P for these, man? Are you taking the mick? Your Kelleher's, Adrian's. Don't take the piss, bro. Don't take the piss, bro. Right, what's going on here? It's outrageous, bro. It's outrageous. And these man are sitting here talking about give him the summer, let him rebuild in the summer. What are you talking about? What's he rebuilding? What's he gonna rebuild, bro? Like, what's he gonna rebuild? You're gonna get 1 man, 2 man, and go again. Hendo.
Yeah, it'd be Hendo. You know what I'm saying? And you may grab
Thiago. Thiago's supposed to be a luxury baller, you know, like a luxury baller that you bring in at your Champions Leagues and your, do you know what I mean? No, this guy is doing up workload, you know, like workload, brother.
Yeah, they're working hard, yo. That's a back, yo. Yes.
What is going on here? You got Thiago on the pitch and you wonder why. What did you think he was going to do when he don't have the ball? You bring Thiago on when it's possession. You don't need him off the ball. But you're playing man, you're looking for man to run man down. It don't make sense. It's outrageous, bro. Oh no, he don't deserve a flipping someone because it don't make any sense. We're not Man United, bro. We're not a team that can just throw. We're not Chelsea, bro.
Yeah, you don't have that type of money.
You know what? Yeah, we're just gonna throw the money at it and like boom, see what go on. Like, and this guy would probably get João Felix and play him as a bloody wing back. That don't make no sense, bro. This guy loves a round peg in square holes and that. It don't make sense, bro. Telling you. Watch, bro.
I didn't realize it was that bad for you, like in terms of the amount of players out of contract. I did not know that. Or players running down, and you already need to replace players anyway, like in terms of quality. But never mind that amount going. Then you have to replace those 9 on top of what you need to replace on top of that. That's really bad for you, like, isn't it?
It's bad, bro. But this is what I'm saying, and people are talking about, oh, but we could still get top 4, and no, the people don't realize how bad it is. That's why I'm nice. When you said to me earlier at the top of what are you saying? I said, I'm good, B. I'm chilling. Like, this is where I need us to be in order for these mofos to wake up, bruv. Like, it needs to get bad. You need to burn down the building. You know what I mean? Like, these dumbasses are on some. But listen, as bad as it is, you know, we're still the type of team that could win the Champions League. You dickhead. Like, come on, man. It's bad, bro.
And that's why I titled this. Again, you lot continue to bump up the likes as well. We're at 27. 3 more likes, you lot. 3 more likes is all. We're asking girls to 30 likes and 4 more subscribers, man. Girls to 5,225. Only 4 new subscribers. I know everyone here hasn't hit the subscribe button, so do that.
Let's do this show, man. Come on.
Hit the notification bell as well. Make sure you do that. And share this across the socials. Let's get as many people in here as possible and continue to get your comments, questions in as well. But yeah, that's adding on to what you were saying there, Saint. Do you think Klopp walks? Because people have mentioned this. That's why I titled this episode what I did. Jurgen Klopp, will he walk?
I think we get booped by Real personally. And I think, let's see, after we are out of every competition, because let's be honest, at that stage we will be like, we're out of every competition, we're languishing in 11th. The thing is, I've said, is like, again, I go back to saying with Klopp, the thing that makes him, what I think makes him a really like good person, and that is what I don't think makes him a great manager. Do you know what I mean? He don't have that. And so I think being the person of Klopp would be like, you know what, I can't do this. Do you know them ones there?
Okay, it gets to that point first.
But in saying that, I don't really watch his post-match interviews, but the little that I've seen and the little snippets and that, he's become really like arrogant and like his back's up, and he's a bit like, do you know them ones there? He's become a little bit like.
I get exactly what you're saying.
So I don't know if that will spill into, you know what? Nah, I'll get it right, kind of thing. So it's hard to judge that. But I would hope that after we come out of the Champions League, he would probably look at it and be like, you know what? I don't know if I trust Klopp. Yeah.
Come.
Like, to have it in him to want to change the team, be able to have the talent for identifying the right players in order to do so, and being able to build a big enough squad in order for it to match, say, my ambitions. Do you know them ones there? Like, I feel like if we get taken over, I would change a little bit in terms of, then yes, he does deserve the summer, because he would then be in a position to change one. Right now, with FSG, he'll never be in that position. You man are smoking budge. He will never be in that position. Do you get it? But if all of a sudden, boom, we get taken over by some mad thing, do you know what I mean? Tom Bowley's twin brother on some mad thing, then you get it. Cool. Then I sit back like, yo, I'll give you the summer. And if after that it's still some joke thing, then
Jeez. All right, man. It's like Black Diamond said it earlier, man. The eulogy for Liverpool, I didn't realize it was so bad for you lot. Like, I knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was this bad. I didn't realize.
It is. Believe me when I say it. Other men are gonna tell you, oh, what's going on with Liverpool? Like they're just on a bit of a dip. Like they'll be. You get me? No, we are. It is bad, bro. And I'm not just being like, woe is me. It's actually bad. People need to recognize.
Absolutely. All right. So we will see. You know what I'm saying, like, and we will all be watching closely, and we will be here weekly talking about it.
I've got a question for you though.
Hit me, fam.
Well, not right now, but I have got a question for you.
Oh, see, okay. Whenever you ready. Big up SR16. I will run through. Would you take Ivan Toney at United? Yes. Obviously, that's dependent on what goes on with his case. But I've said this: get him, new owners or not. I would definitely like to see Ivan Toney at Manchester United. I like his profile. I think he's a good player. Great fall for others. Scores goals in the Premier League, and I think putting better players around him and him being in a team with more possession, you'll only see better from him. You know what I'm saying? Quick, strong, athletic, good finisher. Scores right foot, left foot, headers. I'm with it. With Ivan Toney. I'm a fan.
If he's able to play.
Yeah, that's why I said it's dependent on his case. All dependent on his case. Absolutely. Taz is saying, stop being negative, old man. I'm not being negative. I'm just calling the reals. Like, where's the concrete reports? Who said this? Let me know in the chat, people. Where's this come from? Now you're talking about me, because me and Taz was talking about this legit earlier on the show today. What's the reports, people? Let me know in the chat, like, who has put this out on Twitter and what exactly has been put out? Because people are running with this, and I've seen nothing concrete from anybody involved. That's why it's not a question of being negative. I'm just looking at it from a realistic, I'm looking at it as from what it is, not what I want it to be. Yes, I want Manchester United to get taken over by rich owners and people who have the club's best interests at heart. But there's been no official bid. That's what I'm waiting on. Once an official bid's been made, not all this talking thing. Hella talking stages and that. Yo, where's the number? You know what I'm saying in that? In the DMs is pure talking stage. Like, that's all it is. And this is all I've heard for the longest. Where is the bid? That's when I will then be invested. This is why I'm currently not invested in it. And Mo here says, Manchester United, Jordan, green and gold, that collab is going to be mad. See, people making up collabs and who we're going to sign and everything. People are running with this. Enjoy, people. Enjoy. Paul says, has Alisson been Liverpool's best? Reminds me of when United were doing crap. De Gea rescues us time and time again. Says a lot. Not good, flawless. Not good for them. Alisson been your best player, it seems. Every time I watch you, he's definitely one of your star players.
By all means, 100%, without a doubt. He has been shining light in what has been a very, very poor season.
It's him. I can tell, man. You seem broken, man. And we in February, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, cheer up, Saint. I don't like seeing you like this. Like, man, it's broken, yo.
What can I say, bro? Like, it's hard times right now. It's peak, man. It's peak, man. Man said, I hate seeing you like this.
I do, yo.
Can't stop laughing, pussy, yo. Imagine. Well, who needs enemies with friends like this, isn't it?
Because I hate seeing you like that. I'm loving what's happening to Liverpool, but the way it's affecting you hurts me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you be from last year. That's what that is. You be from last year. Like, all Liverpool fans are like that. Like, you lot are just broken.
You know what? That's a great segue to my question. Yeah,
go on.
Last year.
Go on.
Obviously, it's a Liverpool Man United show, but we've got to talk about, current topics, innit?
Oh yeah. I know where you're gonna go with this. Go on.
You know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, I know fully where you're going with this.
The blue side, them cheating bastards over there, yeah. The blue side and that, yeah. If and when their titles get stripped in that, yeah.
Yeah.
Man like Ollie and that, you said he was the worst thing ever. Man's walking away with a prem and that. What are you saying? Like,
that's you know what that is. That's a few. That, you know what? That's a fugazi Premier League. That's what that is. I've said this already. I had this conversation on Battle of the North. Shout out to Hassam. And he was like, well, you lot would get 2 more Premier Leagues. We would get 2 more Premier Leagues. I'm not with it. Strip Manchester City of the titles. All for that. Void them shits. I don't want them. I don't want them.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Bear man doing up, twerking for these titles. That's some joke thing.
I'm not with it.
Yeah, it's some joke thing. But
I'm really not with it. People talking about, Ollie get a league title and Mourinho gets a league title and Fergie gets another one, I think it is. I'm like, nah, man, that's not the way it is. Strip Manchester City of those titles. Yes, absolutely. And if they are guilty of all of these charges or the majority, throw the book at them, even though I don't believe anything major like that will happen to them. I think the most thing that will happen to them is a transfer ban and a hefty fine. I don't see them getting a points deduction. I don't see them getting relegated. Like people say, oh, they get relegated to the Championship or go Conference. I don't think the Premier League has the bottle to do that. Genuinely. I know what these men are like.
Yeah, you say that, but I didn't think they had the bottle to do this. And doing this and making it so public, you kind of set yourself up, because any type of the retribution has to fit. So if it was, say, like a Brighton or a Leicester or a Klopp, but you can't fine as punishment the richest club in the world. After doing up all of this, it does make, you know, the ones there, it
makes you look bad. I get what you're saying. Logically, it makes
very bad. Like, what the rush? You did all of this to then, in effect, do nothing, because that's what you would be doing by finding the richest club in the world. That's why I'm like, you know what? Let me sit back and see what going on, because the retribution would have to fit. And do you know what I mean? Like, you got to remember that there is no example of this. So you would have to make this the example. Do you know them ones there? Especially with like especially with how football's now coming with like the Newcastles and you lot, us lot. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so there would have to be so I'm like, you know what? Let's see what I want.
Yeah, because what you're saying then logically makes sense, but these people don't, like, when I say this, I'm talking about Premier League, FA, I'm talking about football and governing bodies. They don't care how they look, because they've been looking bad for years. That's one thing that all football fans, no matter who you support, we all agree on and have the same thought process on is the FA are full of shit, UEFA are full of shit, FIFA are full of shit. We don't expect them to do the right things. We see even with officiating, they can't get that right. The VAR, they can't get that right. They can't do basic things. I'm saying the old quote, they couldn't organize a piss up in a brewery. That is how I look at football and governing bodies. And like I said, it don't matter if you're a Manchester United fan, if that's Liverpool, Chelsea, City, we all look at them. So what you're saying there makes sense in terms of them making this big, and there's 100 charges. I've not read all the 100 charges, but I heard one of them was like their grass is too long. But it would not surprise me if City get a hefty fine and a transfer ban, and then that's that. I don't see 30, 40 points. Because I don't think 10 points, if they get found guilty of 100 charges, 10 points is not enough. 40 points ain't enough as a deduction. If you get found guilty.
As the richest club, a fine ain't enough. As the most successful, do you know what I mean? The most successful, most talented football club, a points deduction ain't enough. You claw that back swiftly. Do you know them ones there? It's so that's why I'm like, yo, you know what? Like, boy, and doing that would then show the FA to be like, well, like, because as you said, they're just as corrupt as anyone else, but everything is posturing, showing, and it would be then being like, listen, we can clean up our own house. Do you know what I mean? Look at what we done. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. And because this is unprecedented, it's the first. I'm a bit like, let's see what I want.
Let's see what happens.
What you're saying, I'm not surprised at all. Bro. And I also would be a bit like, okay, like, do you know, I'd be more surprised, I think, in the other way, but because they've set themselves up, they made it so public and done all of this hoo-ha, you can't do up, you can't appeal in the court of arbitration to then find it.
Yeah.
What?
It's because, I think it's because of the court. Is it the court of something? It's the cast like court of something.
Yeah,
sport.
That's
it. That's why they can't appeal.
They made it very, very big. Like, whatever the ruling, it's that. Appeal.
Well, City are going to lawyer up, because the punishment, because this is going to take so long, I don't even think the punishment would be like this summer. Would it not be like a year after? I've seen people say that. Or you reckon the turnaround will be quicker?
I think the turnaround will be quicker, but I don't think quick enough to be this summer. In all honesty, like, I do think you're like, it's solicitors and it goes through. You know them ones there and all of that, and it's a. I don't think it's a quick, like, never. But I don't think this is another 4-year thing. No chance. I think this is what they're saying. It's like, yo, listen, we're here to to ready up this team quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah, me personally, I don't think that's my personal.
Fully hear that. We'll see. Like I said, I just don't trust the Premier League to do
And neither do
the
I.
right
I
thing,
hear you.
and that's where I'm at with it. And we'll get through some more of the comments because people are mentioning it. But we will see. I want to be wrong. I'd love nothing more than to see Manchester City in Conference League, 100%.
Oh mate,
not Conference League. In the Conference.
I want Conference League to be like, nah, we don't want these, man. Like, you know, the
put
ones
lower,
there, like
lower than that.
Yeah, like, we don't want them. Nah, bruv. Every man, I don't know if they move like the Premier League, if it's like a consortium that every man has a say and they all say nope. Then they're like, all right, say that in conference.
Well, someone said that. I think I was talking to my cousin today about this, and he was saying that the championship, if they did get relegated, it wouldn't be the championship because the championship sides are like, nah. You know what I'm saying? They're like,
yeah,
no.
They must have a say because imagine,
they will have a say.
Regardless of you now being in the and whatever's gone on, you're still a bigger force than anyone else in the championship.
Yes,
how's that fair?
You make it tougher for anyone else
how
to
is
get out of that division.
That your punishment now makes it harder for man?
Yeah, that's facts.
That don't make no sense. I beg you move, man.
Well,
this is what I'm saying. So
I hope so. I'm with it. But yeah,
Sunday League and that. Play Man City and that. Hey, are you
I'm down for that. They want to play Man at Saturday League. I'm with it. Let's run it, man. You know what I'm saying? If they man leave, I'll be like, I can play for you. Just pay me a little change and I'm there. You know what I'm saying? And that. Pay me just a little change. Just a little change. I'm there. Yo, just under 60 of you lot locked in right now. We're at 36 likes. Let's get up to 50 likes, you lot. Let's bump this up. Like check 1212. Let's get up to 50 likes because there's now 60 of you lot. And don't forget to subscribe. We're only looking for 4 new subscribers, man, during the stream to get us to 5,225. There's over 60 of you lot locked in. I know there's at least 4 people that haven't hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button now. Hit the notification bell if you are new here, and everybody else new or whether you're a regular here, hit that like button. Let's bump us up to 50 likes. We're at 39. Let's go, man. 11 more. And continue to get your questions in. Keep it Manchester United or Liverpool related. Big up Lewis. This guy is such a troll, says Chelsea fan saying, hashtag no to Qatar. He says, buying your way to a league is a disgraceful way to win. Hashtag no to Qatar. You shameless individual, yo. You know shame.
You gotta love. Look, you know what? Hey, Lewis, Lewis, all of a sudden looking a lot more carefree, bro. Looking a lot less stressed. I wonder why that is.
Yeah,
certain purse strings got opened, man. Looking a lot more. Anyways.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? This guy outrageous, man. Said buying your way to a league is disgraceful. Victor saying, hey, Victor, why you hating on me? Says that evil laugh from Flawless is annoying. I can't lie. Yo, I find enjoyment in these streams, man. That's what it is. People say funny shit. I laugh. It's not my fault. Don't tell Saint and others stop making jokes.
Imagine what it's like being here, like, you know, the ones there and being the butt of the joke, bro. Imagine, bro.
I didn't even, you said the shit. It wasn't even me. It's not like I made a joke and laughed, yo, or somebody else made the joke and you made the joke and made me laugh, yo.
More time, man ain't even telling the joke. Man just telling my life story on the club I support, and you are crying. And I'm fuming, bro, because to be very honest with you, I can understand that. I can see the laugh. I can see it. We're a joke team, bro.
You can see it. I didn't even know because you opened my eyes to how bad it is. I didn't realize. I knew it was bad, like watching you. I didn't realize how bad it is behind the scenes. Like the 9 players out of contract. If you don't get owners, we know FSG don't invest like that. So even if you go and get a bad boy manager, if Klopp leaves, he's still got a rebuild. You know what I'm saying? He has to be very shrewd. And like you said, it's not like a Manchester United where Ten Hag will get 250 million to go and spend, or Chelsea will get X amount to spend. Yeah, it's really peak for you. Like. Big up Victor, man. Big up. Nick says, Ten Hag decided between Kane and Usherman. Personally, I hope he gets Usherman. I'm surprised, Nick, when I was reading this, that you weren't going to say, right, if we get new owners, get them both. That was what I was expecting. But Kane or Usherman, I'm with either. Reservations on both of them, but I'm with either. Who saw FIFA Uncovered? They made the Mafia look lightweight.
We're doing up for Fabinho or Basicic.
Well, he's been playing. He seems to have playing decently well, though.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
but you might have doing up Kane or us. Oh my days. Look.
That's rumors, though, because we've been. You know what it's like. Everyone knows we need a striker, so we're gonna get linked to any half-decent striker. Any striker that goes on any half-decent form from now until the end of the season, we're going to get linked. If a striker goes gets 7 goals in 10 games in a major European league, or he goes on a good run in the Champions League, we're going to get linked with him, 100%. I've been hearing about Harry Kane and Osimhen for the longest amount of time. Well, yeah, we'll see. Ed says, who saw FIFA Uncovered? They made the mafia look lightweight, elite level corruption. I haven't watched it, but it's not a surprise. And that goes back to my point about FIFA or UEFA or the FA or the Premier League to do the right thing. Because Manchester City being in the Premier League makes them money, makes all of these people money. It makes the FA money, it makes the Premier League money, it makes the FA money, it makes UEFA money as well. It makes those three governing bodies money, like City being in the Champions League. You know what I'm saying, in terms of UEFA. Same with the Premier League as well. Them City being in the Premier League, being in the FA Cup, being in the Carabao Cup. You can sell the rights. They have one of the best managers in the world, some of the best players in the world. That's you're taking a valuable asset away. Like, all right, we're gonna take City out and lose money. You know how much you lose if you take away Manchester City? If you take Pep Guardiola out and you take a Haaland, a Kevin De Bruyne, a Bernardo Silva, a Foden, the list goes on, and take all these elite ballers out. Like, that's why I still see them like, all right, we're just gonna give you a transfer, slap on the wrist.
But then I counter that. Do you take them out? Where they go?
If they take them out, in terms of when I say take them out, I'm talking about if they're relegated, so that means no Champions League, so UEFA takes a hit, and then the Premier League will take a hit as well, in terms of them being in the Premier League.
Just the club or the asset, but where do all the players go? The Kevin De Bruyne's,
they get sold. Yeah, they move on. They move on
amongst the Premier League. Most probably. Yeah. Do you know we're the most successful? Let's be honest. Todd Bowley's there licking his lips, bruv. Like, you know, the ones there. You man get taken and we get taken. So they still really have the assets, and do you know what I'm saying? Like,
maybe potentially, yeah. That's a fair point. It becomes a fire sale like that. I get you. It becomes NBA-ish. Yeah, it
becomes NBA-ish amongst really. You'll get the 1 or 2 that will go to the Italian, whatever. But generally speaking, the main guys are coming. Do you know them ones there? Like, it's gonna be so. I don't know.
That's a valid point.
It's going to be interesting to see, bro. It's going to be interesting to see.
Because I've already said I would take Haaland in a heartbeat at Old Trafford. 100%. I'm taking all this Haaland makes City worse. Get him to my team to make it worse.
Crabs in a bucket, right? Listen, give me him. I take his left foot. Give me his left foot. I take his right toe. Come in. It's going to be mad, bro. It's going to be absolutely feet, bro.
Yeah, people talking about, he makes the City worse. Come to Old Trafford and make Manchester United worse, please. I beg. I'm saying 40 plus goals a season he's probably going to get. I'll take that as worse. You know what I'm saying? And this guy probably going to get 45 goals. I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not all about G&A, but if you are averaging more than a goal a game, you are not a problem. That's all I'm saying, innit? You can average a goal a game and be a problem to your team. You can average 1 goal every 2 games. If you are averaging more than a goal a game,
I want them problems.
Yeah, that's a good problem to have. Come be issue. Come make my team worse. It's ridiculous the way people talk about Haaland. He's the first player I'm taking from Manchester City. Man averages more than a goal a game. It's not a goal. It's not like a goal. More than a goal a game.
The thing is, when I look at it, like I literally, you said he's the first player. Like I take like it in my head. It come like primary school, secondary school, whatever, when you're in a line and you're picking, like, you know, them ones there. I'm looking down the line because City have made this some consortium of world football dreams. Like, you're going, where do you go? What? KDB, Foden, Morris, so like, bro, like,
there's a lot. There's a lot. Diaz, Laporte. You know what I'm saying? Rico Lewis.
Talent, bro. Whatever you want, we've got it, bro. You know the ones there. Where you like a little breast, we've got that. What you want? You like a little arse. What you got? The pre-tings, we got. But they got everything, bro. What you need? A man to spread the ball. We got that, bro. What you mean, like? What you need? A centre back that's choppy. Like, we've got that. What you need? Fast fullbacks. We've got that, bro. Like, we've got everything. Wow.
Everything.
What you want your goalkeeper to assist a little piece? Yeah, like, we've got that. You're just there, like, where do I go? Like, who do I pick next? Like, if this was a United Liverpool pick a City thing, well, everyone will go. You go, all right, fuck it, you get Haaland. Who's my next pick? Fuck, like,
Bernardo Silva. You know what I'm saying? Foden, Rico Lewis, Laporte, Diaz.
If
Mahrez, Grealish.
I want to hit. Oh, bro, it is mad. All on one team. All on one team. Jesus Christ. But no. You look at our team, man, I say, boy, I take Alisson. Boy, man might take Trent.
Alisson, Trent.
There's a whole man ain't scattering for man's players like that. Like, you know what's there? Look at man's face.
Alisson and Trent. I take Alisson, Trent.
See what Diaz is saying when he comes back off the injury.
Kanate. I take Kanate.
Yeah,
I take Kanate.
You see what I'm saying? That's it. Bro, that is mad, bro. They really just made football some candy shop thing, man.
Like, it's literally I want that one, and I want that one. Like that's what it is. If it did happen and there was a fire sale at City, like everyone would be circling. Manchester United would circle, Liverpool would circle, Chelsea would circle. Everybody's circling.
He takes the domestic cups so seriously, does he? Look at his second string teams, bro. They are a magazine. What do you mean, bro? Like, he takes them seriously by default because the man that are just there. Like, oh, mate.
Facts. It is. Nah, 100%. And big up to Westbrook is goated as well, who just became a member of the channel. He is a Sarcasm citizen. Hey, Westbrook is goated. Big up, salute, man. Much appreciated. We have gone over 50 likes as well, and we've just jumped up in numbers. We're over 70 of you lot locked in. Let's go to 60 likes. That is the next milestone. Again, subscribe if you're new. We're still 4 short. I'm just refreshing the screen. Still 4 short in terms of the new subscribers, man. We're only looking for 4 new subscribers out of 71 people. That's all we are looking for. Hit the subscribe button if you are new, because I know there's at least bare minimum, at least 4 of you lot are new. So let's hit the subscribe button expeditiously, and let's get up again to 60 likes, people. We're 5 short. But yeah, again, link for the membership is in the pinned comment. Salute to Westbrook is goated for that as well. Continue to get your questions in. I've been starring the better ones, people. Don't worry, I will get to them. Emma's saying here that owners should be forced out and they shouldn't be allowed to play in the Premier League till they're sold. See, something like this, Emma, is appropriate if they are found guilty. I just don't trust the governing body to do something like this, because this is appropriate. If you're found 100 charges, there's RICO cases where people are locked up 25 to life that don't have 100 charges. 100 charges, whether they're minor, whether they're medium, whether they're moderate charges, whether they're major.
50 sticks, 50. Bro. Come on, bro. That's a madness, bro. That's bro. Come on, bro. 50 charges. That's half of what you was accused of. They stick, bro. Come on, bro.
Hope so. Well, we'll see what's going on. Nick says, I think they'll get a heavy fine and a ban from playing in all the domestic and all European tournaments for a period of 10 years. Again, something that would be appropriate if they are found guilty of that many charges. However, my original point still stands. I don't trust the governing body to do what they need to do. Paul says, this is a good question. Says, would you take back Salah's pay rise? Would you take the offer back if you could go back in regards to that?
Poor big man. I'll go on Saint LFC TV. I haven't been streaming of late, but my old videos are still up, so you can tell that I'm not lying. Ben said that I would have sold him, bro. Like, I said that, so man wouldn't have given him no pay rise. Rude boy would have sold him. Didn't make sense giving him a pay rise. We're in a buy to sell or sell to buy model. He was the only man that really was of any worth at that time. Like, and even then, he was on his last year. Do you know what I mean? It was Higgy, but I saw him, quote unquote, maybe not declining, but not hitting the heights that he had done. Do you know them ones?
A little bit of a fall off.
Yeah, I was like, this isn't gonna really and this is the time. You didn't really know what to do with him. You give him the increase and give him a 3-year deal. A 3-year deal. Like, put your balls on the table, bro. Like, either let man go or give him a 5-year deal. 3 years. In 18 months, you're in exactly the same position.
Yeah, that's true. That with a 3-year deal, year and a half later, it's like, all right, we got to try and negotiate with this guy. Yeah, I get it.
Because we're in exactly the same position, and now he's on 350 bags, and now he's not even. What the fuck? No, that don't make no sense, bruv. Do you know that? Right. You know when you're just a bit court of public opinion says that we're really stingy, and we should be giving some, we should be breaking the mold, but really and truly, we're not really that convinced them. Let's just do it and give him 3 years. You don't really know what you're doing, bro. You know them ones there, like. Got rid of him. We would have got rid of him, not because he was bad, but again, like I said, he was an asset. Do you know what I mean? We could have got something, and yeah, but
Like that, 100%. I hear exactly what you're saying. Good question, though, there, Paul. He also says, flawless, Klopp won't walk alone, be with Pep Linders, write a book about it, won't they? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? In that one.
All of them, brother. All of them. Carts, fam. I'll pick up a transit and I'll drive you anywhere you need to go, bro. But all of them. I'm lying. I'll drive Klopp, bro. I'll do that. Oh, yo, Pep, do that. Psych, gone. You know, like that. Trust me. Pep, like Klopp deserves to be driven somewhere. Like I want him to go, but you know, like that. Like
yeah, I hear you.
But
I fully hear what you're saying.
You idiot, bro.
Abraham thoughts on Qatari wanting to bid for United. I'm just waiting for some more concrete news on this. Someone involved has to say something to the point where I'm emotionally invested, because I've been hearing about Manchester United takeovers for the longest now, like before this season, many years. Somebody has to put the money up. As soon as an official bid is made, I will be emotionally invested. Up until that point, I'm not. But I like that. I like what I'm hearing, of course. And it's not because they're Qatari, is more so I just want somebody, one, who has the best football, the best interest of the football club at heart in terms of footballing interest. That's their number one goal. Number two, someone with pockets for us to compete. I don't want us to do a Chelsea. I'm not saying Manchester United this summer go and spend 600, 700 million. I want us to be able to compete. So the only reason why we don't go and get a player, say for instance Bellingham was available and Liverpool went in for him and Real Madrid and Chelsea are went in for him, we should be able to go and compete with those clubs financially. And then if Bellingham chose to go to one of those clubs over us, cool. It should never be a lack of finance why Manchester United shouldn't get a player. One of the biggest clubs in the world. I'm saying we are a financial juggernaut. Lack of money should never, ever be an issue in transfer negotiations. If Ten Hag was like, right, I want Bellingham. Okay, Bellingham's 120 million. That money should be there. I'm not saying I want us to do that all the time, but the option should be there. Ryan says, I was on big up to Ryan as well. I was on the space today, and in all seriousness, I deeped it. Who can we get that would do better than Klopp under FSG? Your thoughts on this thing?
I want Poch.
Interesting.
I want Poch. Not because I think necessarily he's a better manager than Klopp, but I do think for what we need, he might be. Klopp, I think, is a good manager when he's got everything he needs. Do you know what I mean? And then obviously he runs it to the ground and he hasn't got the tools in order to rebuild that and get that again. Poch and Klopp, for me, isn't adaptable. You get it? Like Klopp, like the reason why I'm Klopp out, because I'm ultimately FSG out, but the games in which we've been losing, like, we are better than the teams in which we've been losing to. Do you know them ones there? And if certain things aren't working, then you have to change. You have to change. And he's not changing. And he's trying the same thing. And to try the same thing over and over and expect different results, I've been told, it's a definition of insanity. So this is why I'm like, brother, it's not working, innit? So Poch, for me, works with very little. He is a man manager. He's able to motivate the players and get them to play in a manner that he needs them to. It seems that the players are not only tired, but let's be honest, they ain't buying into this Klopp thing, innit? Like, they ain't buying into it. Like, it's long now. You can see this. So I feel like Poch would know. I feel like the draw, Poch ain't won nothing, really, innit? I think the draw of the size of the club would be big enough to counteract the fact that he ain't getting no P's. You get it? He's coming to big Liverpool. You understand? But
I think Poch is a smart idea. I think that's a smart idea.
You'd know what time it is. He'd get it done. And then if and when we get taken over, then we talk. Then we start. You know what I mean? Then boom. But I'm told that's what I would.
Yeah, I think Poch is very smart, considering if he went to Liverpool, he'd be in a very similar circumstance to that of Spurs. Very similar.
He'd be in a slightly better circumstance, to be fair. I think our team, as bad as it is probably better than that team. Do you know that what he was working with? Do you know what I mean?
That's fair. So, and Liverpool is an easier sell to players than Tottenham. as
Do you
well.
see what I'm
Also,
saying?
that too. Yeah. You don't really have to sell Liverpool.
You don't
You
have
can,
to sell
especially
Liverpool.
to English
That's what I'm
players.
saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And like I said as well, you got to be careful what manager you're getting, because what manager are you getting and selling the fact that, oh, you're coming to an FSG organization, you're not getting peace. Big boy manager ain't coming to that. Like I said, that's why I sat down and thought about it. I thought you'll get a Poch, because Poch ain't really, you know what I'm saying? Like it will.
I hear you. You will get
He
a
would be
Poch.
able to, and he'd be able to motivate these players to be doing better than they're doing now. Do you see what I'm saying? And it's just like a stopgap, really. I'm not saying Poch is better than Klopp or whatever. That's.
I get what you're saying. That makes sense. Yeah, you're not saying Klopp is a better manager overall. You're
Man
saying
saying
Poch
there's
is...
no way I take Poch over Klopp. I'll be. See what I'm saying? Like, this is the type of...
Yeah. Like you're saying, for this situation, it's horses for courses. For the situation and the state Liverpool are currently in, Poch is a better fit. Even though
exactly that.
everyone knows, nobody's saying Poch is a better manager.
Man
than
ain't
Klopp.
saying, no,
Yeah,
man
we're
ain't
not
saying
that.
Poch is a better manager, or
Yeah.
I'm getting rid of Klopp for Poch. Nah,
Yeah,
I'm getting rid of Klopp because he needs to go.
Yes,
I'm getting Poch because he. You know, it's two separate things.
It would be going to get. It would be like Liverpool now letting go of Klopp and going to get Pep. Even though Pep's a better manager than Klopp, it wouldn't make sense in the situation you're in to go get a Pep Guardiola.
To go and get how?
Yeah,
what are you talking about, B?
I get what you're saying.
You know the ones
Yeah,
there. But man like Ryan would be like, yeah, that's what
get
I
Pep,
because we getting Pep.
Yeah, get Pep. Like, no, Pep in that situation, who's a better manager than Klopp, would do just as bad because of the situation you're in. Whereas Poch makes sense. Poch does make sense. When you said it, I was like, and then when I thought about it and then heard you explain it, I'm like, from a Liverpool perspective, that makes a lot of sense. It really does, because you need someone who can build on limited resources. And we've seen Poch do this twice. So,
and motivate players and get the best out of players. Do you know what I mean? And when you look at some of the players that he was getting playing for him, you're like, okay, like, do you know what I'm saying? And you look at the players that he'd be working with who currently are, you're like, yo, okay, they just need to be working in a different manner. Poch ain't a running manager. He's got more technical nous to him. And we've got, do you see what I'm saying? And that's, we don't really have the legs. So I feel like everything would be a better fit.
Nah, I fully hear that. I fully get what you're saying. Yeah. We were talking about obviously the City fire sale, and this got brought up. Flawless, would you take Robertson? Yeah, I would add him in. Yes, I would take Robertson 110%. Mo says Haaland is Manchester City's worst player, bro. Technically, yeah, because they have very level of and their level of ballers technically are very sound. That's not a shot at Haaland.
Bruv, they've got KDB, Morris, Foden. You know, technically, what are you talking? What? Oh, bro, you're not as good as a rapper as Jay-Z.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you can't make hooks as good as 50 Cent. Yeah, no shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah,
bro,
no shit.
You don't make beats as good as Timbaland.
Yeah, like
okay. Like, bro, what's going on here?
Yeah, like they have some of the technically best players from just a technical aspect. Say you have the best, some of the best in the league, the best in Europe. That's not a shot at Haaland, and I would take him at Manchester United today. I don't care what people are talking about.
They never got him for his technical ability or lack thereof.
Technical ability.
They never got him to touch the ball or none of that. They got him to bang goals, bro. Like, and that's what he does, and he's been doing.
Facts. And yeah, Brian, I was joking when he said Haaland would make us better. Stop. Yeah, I was clowning around by people who say that, oh, he makes Manchester City worse. I'm taking him at my team. That's all I'm saying. You average more than a goal a game, we're figuring something out. Because that's rare, because there's nobody else that's doing that. Yeah, Flawless, if you heard the news, Manchester United will be sold to the Qataris. Yes, I have. I keep hearing about it. Black Diamond did put some of the sources in the chat as well. I will try and find them. You lot continue to bump up the likes as well. We're still one short now, 60. Let's get it up to 60 likes and subscribe as well, man. We're only looking for 4 new subscribers, man. We're getting to 5,225. That's it. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell as well. Big up Lewis in the chat every single time. Ryan saying, hey, I can't lie. I don't really blame Klopp for the Wolves game that much. That was way more on the players. He played the correct midfield and the correct front three. Gomez and Matip lost us the game, not Klopp. What's your thoughts on this?
We played a midfield of Keita, Bajic, and Thiago. Off of the ball, what are we doing? Do you know them ones there? That is the most unclopped midfield ever.
That's not ever. It was Thiago, Bajic, and Keita, did you say?
Yeah. That's the most unclopped midfield ever. Like, that don't make sense. So it's all higgy. Like, do you know what I mean? You've got technical ballers, then like, do you know what I mean? Man that will run on the that are good on the ball and should be doing more like box to box, but we're playing off the ball and running and what it's all over the place, bro. It's all over the place. Yes, Matip made the mistakes and Gomez made, but some people don't understand football. Do you know the ones there?
Yeah, like, go get off your chest. I get it, fam. I get what you're saying. That's why I'm letting you
go. They made the mistakes, yes, but we didn't lose the game because of them. No,
just
we were
because
shocking.
of them. There was more.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like, there was way more to it than that. He played the right midfield because that's the best. That was what he had. That's what you wanted to see from what he had. When you actually deep it, that midfield sucks balls, bro. Like, that midfield is dead, bro. Like. And for the type of ball that he's playing, it's completely the opposite to the type of players in which he needs. Like, it's long.
I fully hear what you're saying. I fully hear that, fam. Again, you lot continue to share this, man. Over 70 of you lot locked in, which is big. You know what I'm saying? Continue to share the live stream out. Big up to Prime in the building, says Wagwan Flawless and Saint. Big up to Prime every single time. That Diamond said, Saeed posted 3 journalists as the Qatari bid incoming. Even Ben Jacobs tweeted it, Flawless. All right, we'll see. Well, if it's incoming, when it gets here, I'll talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And that when it arrives, then I'll be like, okay, now I can get invested. Now I can start running all the shameless jokes and bants and props and, you know, Eric Ten Habibi and talks of signing Mbappe and all this stuff. But it's incoming. All right, let's see if it gets it. What I'm saying is, all right, we'll see. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. Let's see what's going on. Ryan says Gomez and Matip made their stupid dumb mistakes that had us 2-0 down in 12 minutes. How is that Klopp's fault? Yeah, your centre backs did make mistakes, but I think it's just more than just that game.
When did we ever look in that game that we were ever going to ever be honest with yourself, Ryan? When did we ever in that game look like, no, we're gonna score a goal. We're gonna, do you know what I mean? We're gonna do something. We're gonna come back. When?
Yeah.
I beg you. Like,
I hear you, fam. You spitting.
Come on, man.
Nah, you spitting. As much as it's not all on Klopp, he has to take accountability for the team performing that way. Not just so much those goals, but just on the whole. Because if Liverpool go there and win 3-0, the players would get praised and so would Klopp. So when the players lose 3-0, the players have to get criticised and Klopp should get criticised. You can portion out blame wherever you think it is and put percentages on it. But yeah, that's
you forget that Matt Dawson is peppering us, like, you know.
Shout out Craig Dawson, man.
Craig Dawson's us and Matt Dawson. Craig Dawson's doing up, bruv. He's doing up. Do you know what I mean? Phil Foden in the middle. What are you talking like, bro? We didn't end the game 2-2, or do you know what I mean? No, we got peppered 3-0, bro. Like, yeah, 2 of the goals were shagged back 12 minutes, but bruv, we never looked like we was gonna do anything. We were done out, bro. Like, we're finished, bro. Right? I need us to like I said, this is what we need, bro. Because
you want to see it burn, don't you? My guy Cam said that. He was like, I just want to see it all burn.
Ground.
He said burn it all down.
Ground, bro. It needs. If we were, I would, bro. I need it to burn to the ground because our fan base is dumb, bro. Our fan base is still doing up. Do you know what I mean? I'm so glad that Jurgen is a red. Bro, what's going on here? Any other club with dignity? But what was the stat that we were 4 fewer? 4 points fewer than where we were now. Then we got rid of Roy Hodgson. You know. But because it's Klopp, our ambition, he can do anything, bro. He can do anything. Maybe get us relegated. Then man, they will what?
Well, because still sing his name. Been there.
Like,
been there.
What's going on here? That doesn't make any sense. So if that's the case, then I need it to burn. I need it to for you, man, to actually be, because more time, anyone else who's out of all the cups, languishing in 11th, brother, I beg you, bring this type of nonsense to you, man. Bring this to Chelsea. Are you dumb? That man, they would, bro.
But here's the thing is with that. I've seen it happen with my football club, and we've seen it happen with Chelsea this season. And Chelsea went in a bad state, but look at how certain fans love Thomas Tuchel. They were getting beat by Manchester City, and the Chelsea fans were singing Thomas Tuchel's name. To me, I don't get that. My club had that with Ollie in terms of out of all the cups, languishing in whatever low position we're in, and people are saying still back him. Bear in mind, with Klopp, he's actually had great success at your football club. He's brought a Champions League, he's brought a Premier League, he's brought a FA Cup, he's brought a League Cup as a manager. Whereas with my fan base, there's still people now who try prop up Ollie. Still now to this day. Bear in mind, he can't get a job in top Europe, top job, because people can't separate what somebody did and what they are now. People can't say, certain Liverpool fans you're talking about can't separate that, what Jurgen Klopp did and how successful you were up until look at what it is now. I'm saying Lewis always makes a great point. I go to a restaurant and they make me a banging steak, and then I go back 2-3 years later and the steak's not banging. They can't tell me the last steak. No, this steak that I have right now on my plate is terrible. Fix me a better steak. And then if they continue to bring you bad steaks, you're going to stop going. And Lewis always uses that analogy, and that's what it is. People are looking at it of Jurgen Klopp as old. Same way with my football club, people are looking at Ollie as the player. It's not Ollie going to Solskjaer as the player.
You see with that analogy, yeah? When you go and you have a banging steak, yeah? You tell all your brethren, yo, listen, the restaurant I went to, banging steak, big boy steak. When you go back and it's dead, yeah, because of how good the steak was, you don't tell your brethren that. You probably don't tell your brethren that it was dead. You think, well, like maybe I said that must have been mad, innit? Like, beg you lot fix me up a next steak, innit? Like, what's going on? Do you get it? Like, then you get a next steak and it's dead. You're like, well, what is going on here? Like, this is long. Like, this is long. Then you might now start telling people, yo, this is dead. They're messing up. They're on some joke thing. Get me a next steak. They get your next steak and it's dead. Then you're like, listen, long thing. You man are dead food. And what am I doing now? I'm not coming back. Now you forgot. Now because of what's gone on, it's sort of rubbed away the good that you've now forgot. Oh, raw, you know what? They were sick when I went. You get it? No. With Klopp, yeah, because of now how bad it is, now it's sounding like I'm a bit ungrateful for the good in which he's done, just because of how bad is. Yeah, and I'm like, yo, you lot, he needs to go now. Do you get it? But really and truly, bro, I rate Klopp for what he done. Do you get it? Like, I rate
you respect. What you did years ago was fire. Was
fire. Like, and if you just get it, boom, done, calm. But I'm looking and I'm like, hold on a second. Like, I'm looking for you to do something you've never done in any other club in a regime that don't have the money in order for you to do what it is that needs to be done. What's going on here?
Facts.
And that doesn't make any sense. If anything, I'm more kind of like, brother, I'm saving you. Like, you know that I'm Liverpool first. I love my club first, so I'm saving my club. But like, bro,
yes, I get what you're saying.
You can't do. You know the ones that your hands are tied. Allow it, like.
And it's a motion, and that's what people I realize very quickly talking to certain fans of my football club is, because you're emotionally invested and love the football club or love a certain player or love a certain manager, you can't see logically what's going on. I don't care how much I love a player, how much I love a manager. If you're not doing good for Manchester United Football Club at this moment in time, so whether that's 2022, 23, 24, I want you gone. I'm going to hold you accountable for what you do now. Back to the analogy that Lewis always uses. Let's talk about the cook at the actual. You can be a banking cook at the restaurant, and the steaks are all fire for years. But as soon as you fall, you can't have a 2-month period where the steaks is off, not cooked right. You know what I'm saying? Someone wants it medium rare and you're burning it, or someone wants it really light and you're burnt, and you're just not delivering what the customers asked. Eventually, you're gonna get moved on. You know what I'm saying? That's the same with everything. Same way everyone watching right now. You lot expect a certain level of content when you come to this channel. So if me and Saint all of a sudden next week decide to just start fucking over this show, you lot are gonna all right, maybe that was a bad show. Then if we do it next Tuesday, like all right, and then the next you might are gonna stop rolling up. Be like, yeah, these man are just
and forget how good the content
forget how good the content was previously. You know what I'm saying?
Just be like, nah, this is just mad. Like,
yeah, and that's what it is with Jurgen Klopp, that people are not looking at it that way. And like I said, I've seen it with Chelsea with fans with Thomas Tuchel, like singing his name. I was like, how does that help? That's what confused me. I didn't understand
do you know what? People are like, oh, but what if the new owners want a new manager? I'm like, that is amazing. Because in terms of, it would be sad, like that. Ultimately, I'd want new managers and then see, because I want there to be a litmus test to then see, like, what on? You have all the funds available and yet you're still giving Milner a 2-year extension. It was you. You know them ones that I can really see, like, it was you. But let's just say they're like, we want a new manager. that would mean to me that he would then go. You want a new manager because you're like, you know what, we understand what you've done, but we don't like this style of football that you're playing. We want a more technical style of football, whatever. Yeah. That means that you're going to give whatever type of manager who plays the style of football in which you want all the tools in order for them to be able to do that. That sounds blissful to me, bro. Like, you know, the ones there from where I've come from. Like, you know, them ones there. Like, that's a madness. That means you're gonna. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna start getting, like, we're not gonna get summers where we need this and we don't get nothing, or we get some stupidness. So, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna start getting absolutely like, yo, okay, say nothing. We're getting ballers. We're getting what we want. Man are like on some, like, because the last time I checked, I don't know, but the last time I checked, Jurgen Klopp wasn't the be all and end all of football, bro. Like, there was,
and that's the way people are talking about him, like he is the be all and end all of football. Yeah, I get exactly what you're saying. I fully hear that. Yeah, it's outrageous the way that people can't see that. It's mad. It really is. Again, you lot continue to get the questions in, some good questions. Big up Out of Context Sarcasm City in the building, says, who can I clip tonight? Make sure you go follow that account on Twitter. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Ryan, have you switched because you were Klopp out? I'm genuinely asking. He says Klopp has managed to win every trophy with a limited budget. Imagine what he can do with money and more backing. When I told you this, though, you told me his talent ID was terrible. So have you switched? I'm genuinely asking here, Ryan, because you was Klopp out. But when I said this to you in regards to the more money and more backing, you said his talent ID is terrible. So I'm genuinely asking that. And actually, speaking of that, Merseyside Derby next week, Monday. Question saying, can we beat Everton? That's from Ravi. And he also said, how do we exploit Everton in the Derby? What's your thoughts on that? Bear in mind, it is at Anfield. They've got Sean Dyche just coming off a great win against Arsenal. What are you saying?
We can beat Everton. We can beat Everton. I don't think we can beat a Sean Dyche Everton. No, I'm gonna be honest with you. We don't have the metal, the grit that he's going to instill in them, which they already showed against Arsenal. I don't think that they've got much firepower, if I'm honest with you. But then neither do we. Good point. But we're blunt as a butter knife, so I don't really know. So like, we're gonna outscore, man. Like, so in all honesty, I see a draw. Because it's at Anfield and we don't really lose, you know what I mean? And generally speaking, derbies are generally draws. You know what I mean? They are. We don't. I see a draw, bro, but I don't see us beating them. No, I don't. Nah.
Do you see there's any way you can exploit them? Do you look at it and go, even though you just said there your attacks are blunt, is there anything you look at and go, all right, maybe the crowd up for it Monday night, it's Everton, the players are definitely going to be motivated for it, 100%. And the crowd's going to be bang up for it as well.
Yeah, the crowd's going to be up for it. That is one thing. The crowd is up for it because, like I said, I would expect us to be doing up some type of protest or some type of question asking, what's going on here? We are doing none of that. So I know the crowd will be bang up for it. They'll be onto it, which is good. I feel like our fullbacks are on the pitch will be our main. I feel like Robertson's is finding it hard because our defense is so needy that now he's found himself in no man's land because he can't push up like he used to because he isn't confident enough in the the play in which the balls he's delivering to those up front, and he's then not pushing back so much because of the defense. He's just finding himself in no man's land and then getting exploited on that side. So I feel like him and Trent are gonna have to have good games, and if they're on it, especially like because they ain't got that who did they just sell? Gordon.
Gordon. Yeah, they just saw Gordon.
Yeah. Gordon. Like we're gonna have. I feel like we can exploit them with pace and just really attacking their fullbacks, pushing them back. But like I said, man, I don't see it being a goal fest at all.
I don't see it being a goal for. I'm actually looking forward to the game, though. I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm actually looking. There will be a watch along for it next week, Monday, on the Twitch as well, people, for that. Like, I'm interested.
And if Everton tuck us in, I won't be surprised. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone will be surprised. Let's be honest.
Nah, because they got their tails up after that. Like, they just got a massive morale boosting win against Arsenal. So I could see that definitely, 100%. Let's see what's going on. Nick says one of the main reasons that Manchester United are finally going to start winning trophies again is because they got rid of football's biggest diva, CR7. Even Al Nassr don't want him now. And that ties into what we was talking about just before in regards to people being emotionally attached to players and managers. And Cristiano Ronaldo is a player I'm emotionally attached to. He's one of my favorite Manchester United players of all time. He's one of my favorite players in general, like, of all time. Like, he's in my top 5 of all time. However, I could see he wasn't what Manchester United needed at the time. And when I was debating with certain panelists at times, when I went on Lewis's channel, when the Chelsea fans wanted him, when certain Chelsea fans wanted him, people in the chat, not everybody's disappeared. Because I was told, I have an agenda against Cristiano Ronaldo, doing it for views. You just don't like him. No, he's just not good enough in 2022. And we're seeing that now. I stated it at the time he was here. Once he leaves, he will not go to another top European club in Europe. That was obvious. People are like, somebody will pick him up. Who? Where was he going? This is why he ended up in Saudi Arabia. If he had top offers from clubs in Europe, why is he now in Saudi Arabia? And that's just the facts of the matter. People don't like the way I stated, but this is what it is. That's the same guy people wanted us leading our title charge, leading us to go and win a Premier League, leading us to go win a Champions League or a FA Cup or a Europa League or a Carabao Cup. A guy who's in Saudi Arabia struggling. Same way a manager who can't get a job. It's the exact same. I said the same thing with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Once he leaves here, he will not get another top job in Europe. And that's where he's managing an under-14s team. But again, people being emotionally attached to these guys can't logically look at it and go, wow, you're clearly not up to it. Whereas it was obvious. So blatantly obvious. And we're seeing, I always said it. All right, find me a rival fan who was Ole in. He was Ole out, sorry. You couldn't. They were happy. Lewis said it yesterday, a couple of days ago on Shameless. You lot should have kept him. Because rival fans know we are no threat. But yeah, our own fans couldn't see that. Same with Cristiano Ronaldo in 2022. People will say, leave Ronaldo out of club, but don't want Haaland. Make it make sense. Because a lot of fans are so emotionally invested. They want the club to win, but how they want the club to win. They want it to be Disney. They want it to be film-like. That's what they want. They want it to be Marvel-esque with the lovely storyline. I don't care about that. Don't bring me no storylines. How about we just win? I don't care who's in charge. I don't care where they're from. Couldn't care about your passport. Do you deliver in the position you need to deliver in?
I've got Liverpool fans talking about, we should give Bobby a new contract and he should be a starter off of the form in which he's had. What are you talking about? Like, what are you on? Like, seriously, bro. Like, you mentioned selling Salah and people are like, what is going on, bruv? Like, how did you feel when when Beckham left? How did you feel when Stam left? How did you feel when Ruud van Nistelrooy left? How did you feel when Rooney left? Like, oh my God, my world is ended.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, boom.
Yes.
Then what? Seasons later, man couldn't even what? What?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Facts.
Because of success, bro. Like, come on, man. Like,
success kills all of that. Is all this emotions and feeling success kills it. Because all these people talking about Ollie this, Ollie that. I forgot about
these men were crying. Well, oh my God, Lampard.
Yeah.
Brother, they won the Champions League. They couldn't even remember his name, bro. Who's the guy that used to manage just before that? Like,
who?
Brother, success, bro. Like, on some sentiment thing, some joke thing.
Sentiment. That's the best word to describe it. Sentiment. Just hella sentimental, and it's like, this is not a relationship. This is elite level top sport. That's what it is. And sentiment gets you nowhere. You have to be ruthless. You have to be cutthroat. We've seen all the best do it, whether that's Sir Alex Ferguson, whether that's Pep, whether that's Mourinho, whether that's Klopp at times. You know what I'm saying? Whoever. If you are successful over a period of time, you have made some ruthless decisions somewhere. When I say that, it might even be like a substitution, or your star player not playing playing over a certain period of time, or switching things up, or playing not quote unquote the beautiful game and playing ugly. You have to do these things. But fans will get in their feelings. But again, that's why we're fans. That's why with these takeovers, I said I don't want someone who's a Manchester United fan to take over the football club. Go and get somebody who's business-minded and one-track-minded in terms of Manchester United being successful. They will become a fan eventually because they're there and they're invested. But I don't want a fan from the jump because they could potentially let emotions cloud their logic.
See,
I'm not with that.
That's what it is, yeah. I would want a Liverpool fan. I just want you to have, you're a fan, you're in the club, bless. But allow full delegation and full have full confidence in the people in which you employ and leave it to them to do the jobs in which you employ them to do. You know them ones there? Like that's what I want. But if you're at heart a Liverpool fan, then you'll always have the best for my club. I just want you to be able to be hands off. Like, do you know the ones? I'm a Liverpool fan, calm, but I let my recruitment do the recruitment. I'm not now trying to do up, do you know what I mean? Footballing director and this, and I'm doing up recruitment and I'm doing up that, and I want my own. No, that's not. You know what I mean? And anyone really with an ego and money can do that, be it a fan of the club or not. Do you know them ones there? Like, so that's more my thing. But I hear you.
That's why I said more like out of like just more out of interest, because I think a fan is much more likely to be, because you could get someone who's a fan who's, like you said, takes over the club and then delegates. Cool. But I know a fan is much more likely to make emotional decisions rather than just someone who's a straight businessman. Like, for instance, Roman Abramovich, when he took over, he wasn't a fan. He became a fan of Chelsea. But when he took over, he wasn't a Chelsea fan. It's not like he was Chelsea he was proper Chelsea as a kid. So he went there and made the best business decisions and then became a fan of the football club, but still had that at heart. And that's why I want. Like, I'm tired of people being emotionally invested, because even with the manager, he seemed like a fan on the touchline. Whereas Ten Hag looks at it like a job. Even the way he talks, he looks at, and eventually, if he's here over a number of years, yes, he'll become a fan of the football club. But currently, right now, he looks at it as a job. All errors come to an end. He talks about no sentiment when he's talking. It's all about performances on the football pitch. The reason why I pick strong teams is because I pick strong teams is to keep the momentum. We were 3-0 up against Forest in the first, and he said, we were 3-0 up from the first leg, and in the second leg, we didn't play well in the first half, and he was unhappy with that. He was very unhappy with that. Like, and I love that. Yeah, I'll wrap up shortly as well, fam. But yeah, and that's what I want. Somebody who's cutthroat. I want someone who's ruthless. I want someone who people dislike. I don't care. Just continue to get performances. And that's what I like about Ten Hag. He's ruthless. He's come in, all the talk about people like, he's Ollie 2.0 and he's a Glazers puppet. He's dropped everybody. Everybody at some point has been dropped. Rashford overslept. Yeah, you're on the bench. Then brought on Rashford. Rashford then scored the winning goal in that game. Cool. Problem solved. I feel like somebody's in charge. But you lot get your final few questions in. Let's bump up the likes as well before we close out. We're 4 short of 80. Let's get to 80 likes, and we're 2 short of the subscriber mark as well. Check out the upcoming live stream schedule. Tomorrow we've got coming up the Manchester United versus Leeds watch along. That'll be tomorrow, 7:40 p.m. UK time here on the YouTube. And then following that at midnight, the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, people. So that's all tomorrow. That's all. Well, technically today now in the UK. Yo, Saint, always blessed having you on. Anything you want to add, that the people know where they can find you, all that good stuff. And Saints, the link for his channel is in the title already, people.
Yeah, man. I've been talking to Roms and that. We're coming back. Do you know what I mean?
Let's go, man.
Putting some content together. Do you know what I mean? This show's whet my appetite. So, you know, like that. So yeah, no, love everyone that shows support and that. And Saint LFC, you can find me there. Please go and check out the vids and go and subscribe. Make sure two away, please. I know everyone that's in here ain't subscribed. Not everyone has, so please, 2 man, just subscribe, please. And I'll make our date. But yeah, no, I love having me on as always.
Every time, man.
And yeah, man. Love to the chat. Chat was lively still. Love to
Chat's always lively.
Chat each and every time, man.
Is and this show you can catch weekly as well, Tuesday nights, people, 11:30 p.m/midnight. Always just keep a lookout on the upcoming live stream schedule. But yeah, weeklies on Tuesday nights.
Post notifications.
Exactly
Make
that.
Sure.
Exactly that. Because we will be back next week with the show after. Wait. Trying to see. Let me have a look. Yeah, after the Merseyside, because the Merseyside Derby is Monday, isn't it? So yeah, next week Tuesday. Yeah. So we will pattern that, people. We will sort that out. Like I said, just keep a lookout on the upcoming live stream schedule. Big up my guy Jazz in the chat. Big up all the regulars, all the new people. Like I said, hit the like button, subscribe. Don't forget this show and all the other shows on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube, apart from watch alongs, are available on audio only platforms. So SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes. You might want to just listen to the audio and not have the YouTube app open. Links underneath in the description. So SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to podcasts, type in Sarcasm City TV and it will pop up. But yeah, man, big up. Love to everyone that's locked in. Catch you lot tomorrow for the Manchester United Leeds watch along. But this has been the ManDemUtd podcast meets the Analysis at Anfield podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up.